How's it going, important people? The day of reckoning is upon us. It is time for Tear Elements to hit Master Duel. It is definitely something that I've been dreading. I will say a lot of people I know are very excited for it. So to them, congratulations. I'm happy for you. I hope you have fun. For the rest of us, though, we are going to be struggling to go up against it. So how are we going to combat them? As Dark Magician players, heck, even as just regular players, we all have to join together. I will show you guys a card here that has really changed my luck against Tear and Ishizu. It is none other than Mask Change 2, as well as Masked Hero Dark Law. I've added it to the extra deck. It does so much work against Ishizu. It helps prevent so many things because any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. That basically nullifies a lot of their plays. It gives you a lot of advantages. I'm going to show you guys my first game against Ishizu Tear Elements, and I'm going to show that I made a critical mistake, several of them actually, and was still able to pull out the win. So be sure to stick around for that duel. Let me know if you guys have any questions below. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for commenting and subbing to the channel. I really appreciate it. Everybody that has reacted to my videos, thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Without further ado, let's get into these duels so I can show you guys what I mean, bro. Dark Law is so good. So something you'll notice about some of these replays is they're pretty short and sweet. Essentially, once Dark Law hits the field against a lot of these decks that are trying to deck you out, such as Ishizu and Necroface and all that stuff, once that hits the field and they see that they can't send these cards to the graveyard and get their, 20 million effects, they usually scoop. So this is a quick replay. We don't even open that great. We play Dark Law and we have Eternal Soul set with Dark Magician in the grave. They play Raiden and two of their cards get banished here. I know exactly what they're going for and they just end up scooping it up because they can't do anything. So now, if we go back and we look at this person's deck, this deck was supposed to be a menace. This deck was supposed to be a menace. This is when Necroface was at 3. It recently got hit to 2. But yeah, they were trying to deck me out. They had all of the Ishizu cards in here. They were trying to go crazy. Block Dragon, card destruction. They were trying to do degeneracy upon me. But we were able to stop it with Dark Law. It's that simple. It is that simple and it's that effective. So one of the awesome things about playing Mask Change or playing Dark Law specifically in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! In 2023 is that there are so many graveyard-centric decks. This is against Branded Despia, and they use their graveyard a lot more than you think. There might be something here that surprises you. So we don't really open that perfectly even. They end up negating my Magician Soul's effect here with Gamma, but that's fine because it gets Dark Magician to the graveyard, that's the main effect. We play Rod to grab secrets, and then we activate this Servant, and we draw a card, and it's none other than Mask Change, and here comes that boy again, Dark Law. He's a bad man, I swear. Gamma's effect, at the end phase they all get banished. They start off with Branded Fusion, they send Tragedy. Tragedy's effect still activates even if it's banished. That's fine. They use its effect to grab an Aluber. Then they go into Mirror Jade. Okay, so you might be thinking, okay, Mirror Jade's going to banish your Dark Law. Dark Law's effect activates, and we get to rip a card. And you're going to be wrong, by the way, about Mirror Jade banishing my Dark Law. We rip Tragedy, which is huge here because, they would have been able to activate that effect the following turn, but since it's once per turn, they can't. They have to attack. So why are they attacking? Because Mirror Jade reads you can send one fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. They cannot do that because Dark Law does not allow you to send to the graveyard. It vanishes. So now I know this information. I'm going to use my Eternal Soul to summon Dark Magician and banish Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade's effect activates to destroy my Dark Law, but that's fine. He has served his purpose. I also know that one of these cards is Branded Banishment, but Branded Banishment only works if there are monsters in the graveyard to special summon from, and they don't have any. We summoned Magician's Rod. They used Ghost Ogre on it. They probably should have saved it for Eternal Soul, but nevertheless, we still get the effect. We grab Soul Servant. We then play Eternal Soul. Oh, now we're going to get Secret Village of Spellcasters. We play Eternal Soul. pop the Aluber to make sure that there are still no monsters in the graveyard. Not pop it, I'm sorry, banish it. Then we play Soul Servant. I'm trying to get damage on the board, and they end up just scooping it up. Guys, it is that good. Dark Law serves so many purposes in this deck. All right, let me roll my sleeves up for this one. This one's, I'm not proud of it. I did make some mistakes, but even though they are kind of embarrassing, I am proud of the fact that we were able to play through those mistakes, and it just kind of proves that the deck really works well. So I'm not going to continue to go into it here. I'm sure you guys can see I have an opportunity to get Dark Magician the Dragon Knight out along with Eternal Soul and Dark Magical Circle. I do play Cold By on their Max C. Don't want to give them that +2. I send Dark Magician Girl here. I send Dark Magician Girl to the graveyard. Discard Dark Magician. Now I have Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl on the field. And I'm able to get a +2 off of Soul Servant. I'm sure you guys know with the theme of this video what I'm going to draw off of Soul Servant. I'm going to draw Mass Change, and I play it so quick. I play it so quick. By the way, guys, this is my first duel against Tear Elements of my life. I figured it was against Tear Elements right off the bat because it was the day Tear hit. Dark Law here comes in clutch. I want to point out, even though mistakes are made, Dark Law really allows me to not fall too far behind. If Dark Law wasn't here, my mistakes would have been the end of me. I would have lost immediately. But because Dark Law's on the field, I'll show you. They play Sharon? Okay, Sharon. We'll call it Sharon. They play Sharon, which allows them to discard a card and then mill 3. But the card has to go to the graveyard before they can mill 3. They discard a Guido, which gets banished, and now they can't mill. I activate Magician's Rod effect to get rid of Dark Magician Girl. They link summon into Dark. Their plan is to take my Fallen of Albaz, which they do, but once again, their cards got banished here. They discard a card to use Fallen of Albaz's effect. They get rid of Called by the Grave. And Dark Law, while he does leave the field, he has served his purpose. They then play their field spell to get Havness. And Havness is what gives me a world of problems. So I'm trying to play around Havness. I know it's in the hand. I know that basically whenever I activate a monster effect, they can then special summon it, mill the top 3 cards of their deck, and when you give Tear Elements an inch, they take a trip around the globe with it. I mean, they could go so far with just that one effect. And I try so hard to keep it from happening, and I fail miserably. I use my Eternal Soul now to give back my Dark Magician. I choose to get rid of Dark, just because it's a link 2, and they end their turn. I'm in the driver's seat here. I'm in good shape. I know that I don't want to get rid of, I don't want to activate Magician's Rod effect. I summon my Dark to send Dark Magician the Dragon Knight to the graveyard. Next, I'm able to play Eternal Soul to bring it back. And here's mistake number 1. I could have easily banished their Dragos Stapelia, okay? Summon Magician's Rod without activating its effect, summon Dark Magician Girl as well, and had enough damage on the board for game. Instead, I didn't see that. I was really overthinking it here. I could have done that, kept it simple. I go into Celine. Celine's effect triggers the second she is summoned, and it is at this moment that I'm rethinking my entire life. Their eyes light up, I'm sure, the second this effect activates, because now they can play Havness. I chain my Max C. It really is to no avail. Probably could have saved that. Havness sends Keldo to the grave. It also sends Prime to the grave. Prime allows them to get the Merly that was banished and add it to their hand. And now I play my Magician's Rod, add Soul Servant. Because I know Keldo's in the grave, I don't play Magician's. I could have gone Magician's Souls, but they would have just banished, or they would have banished their Keldo and prevented me from summoning my Dark Magician. So I didn't want to do it just yet. They end up sending Dark Magician the Dragon Knight back to the graveyard, or back to my extra deck. And yeah, like I said, I'm really rethinking my life. I thought I had such a huge advantage. I thought I had this in the bag. I was really, really frustrated with myself for making such a huge mistake. If you're playing Dark Magician, you've heard me say this a million times, you can't make mistakes. Luckily, we're able to rebound thanks to Dark Law. Dark Law did a lot of work at the beginning. They go Kit Kalos. Kit Kalos basically gives them the ability to set up a bunch of plays, mill a bunch of cards. Medora gets milled, so now that's another Ishizu card to play around, and I really think I'm done here. But I do notice that they add Tear Elements Crime, which is essentially an Omni Negate. They then go into Kaleido Heart, that's how it's pronounced, and they shuffle my Eternal Soul back in. Fun fact, if Eternal Soul gets shuffled back into the deck, it does not trigger to destroy all monsters on the field, because the shuffling of the deck actually misses the timing of Eternal Soul's effect activating. I use my Selene effect here to get Magician Souls. Magician Souls actually comes up clutch. They probably should have attacked my Magician Souls here, but they did not. I play Soul Servant to put Mahad on the top of the deck. Once again, if I went into Magician Souls, if I got Magician Souls and put it on top of my deck, they would have just gotten rid of its effect to summon Dark Magician. I get rid of Salvation to draw Branded Fusion. I know that they have Crime. I want to save my Albaz. So they end up negating my Branded Fusion, and now I know, okay, I have Soul Servant in the grave. Let me play Soul Servant. I draw 2 cards. I play Fallen of Albaz. They chain their IP Masquerena. They try to go into Nightmare Unicorn, but my Albaz then resolves. I get rid of it, summon out Mirror Jade, and by the grace of the Egyptian gods, we pull this one out despite our horrible mistakes. We get the Dark Magician Girl finish, and it's all thanks to Dark Law at the beginning. Guys, if you play it perfectly, you definitely have a chance. Even sometimes you could get lucky and misplay against Tear Elements Ishizu and still win using this deck. You just have to play it the right way. Alright guys, this is the part you've been waiting for, the deck list. I'm not going to go into it too much. I just want to point out, yes, I'm still the dude that runs 1 Dark Magician and Branded DM. Trust me, it is the way. Trust me. I have Dark Magician Girl and Mahad. You could obviously cut one. If I had to choose, I would definitely go with Mahad over Dark Magician Girl. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry. Summon limit at 2. You could cut it if you want. I love my Floodgate. It's won me a lot of duels. Hate me all you want. It's a really good card, but it is definitely a possibility to be cut. You could cut this and play another Evenly Matched. You could play another Super Poly now that it is unlimited as of the most current Master Duel ban list. You could also add another Secret Village. If you guys saw the video from last week that I posted, I'll link it above. I had 2 Secret Village. Now I'm just running it at 1. You could definitely cut the summon limits and add variability at your leisure. I do have the 2 Mask Change, obviously. Very big, as you guys saw, to summon out Dark Law. We have the 2 Super Poly targets, our Dark Magician fusions, our Branded fusions, Guardian Chimera, which is also, helpful. Usually the only way I really go into it is with Secrets of Dark Magic. Might cut it. You could obviously cut it if you would like to put in maybe Masquerena, maybe even Appaloosa, whatever your heart desires. But this is the deck that I've been rocking with. This is the deck that got me to Diamond last season. This is the deck I'm going to try to use to get to Diamond this season. Right now I am in Plat. We are going to make our way to Diamond using it against Tear. Guys, if you have any specific questions, be sure to ask me in the comments below. I've also linked the Discord channel. You guys can see us climb through the ranks on twitch.tv/KingMatty. I will put the link below as well. And if you guys get really, really sick of playing against Tear 24/7, I do have dual rooms whenever I stream so that we can play together. If you guys are interested, be sure to drop a follow. I will see you guys later. Good luck. I hope you guys tear through Tear using this deck. Let me know how it goes, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next video. Peace!